I must say, I thought I was quite a plunger. £6,000. What are you going to do with it all?
I started it for Mother. She keeps saying that she's unlucky.
I never thought of her as particularly unlucky.
It isn't Mother, really. It's Father. He's unlucky, and that's why she's unlucky.
A chap's father doesn't have to be the Prime Minister to be a fine man.
But he doesn't make any money. And I thought if I did,
Yes.
it would stop the whispering.
Stop what whispering?
Our house, it whispers.
What does the house whisper?
Oh, nothing really. It just seems that way.
Well, what do you think the house whispers?
Nothing really, but we're always short of money. You know that.
I know it, son. I know it.
You know that people send Mother bills all the time, don't you?
Yes.
And then the house, it whispers like people laughing at you behind your back. It's awful. And I thought if I were lucky,
Yes.
I shouldn't like Mother to know.
And why not?
She'd stop me.
I don't think she would.
Please, Uncle Oscar, don't tell her. Could you arrange it so she gets £1,000 a year for the next 5 years?
Easily.
You could give it to her on her birthday,
All right.
but she mustn't know it's from me. Promise you won't know that.
I'll see to it that she doesn't know it's from you, Paul.
Tell her now, Uncle Oscar. The whispering has been getting worse. I don't think Father's new job has worked out well.
I only hope it won't make it harder for her later on.
You'll see, Uncle. You'll see. Bassett, he's very careful. Sometimes we don't know until the last minute, and then he telephones our vet. They know us. We know them.
Bassett has promised a plentiful supply of asparagus delivered to Annie for dinner.
Excuse me, madam. You'll talk to Mr. Chesman about my new drainage tiles and shingles for the garage roof.
Yes, Bassett, that'll be on.
I might amble down later and take a look at your asparagus, Mr. Bassett.
I'm sure you'll find them in perfect order, just like Master Paul's been telling you.
Why not right now, Uncle Oscar?
Why not what right now?
Well, I mentioned to Paul that I had some business to discuss with you. It's more of an estate matter, really.
You better run along now, Paul.
Well, I received a call from an attorney about an inheritance.
For you.
No, for you. It seems we've had an eccentric third cousin. At any rate, the old chap left a sum of £5,000 to his nearest female relative, who happens to be you. The lawyer's chap's phoned me to find my married sister.
Is this true, Oscar?
I don't have the money in my pocket, of course, but it's safe enough. It's a well-known firm. And the way I understand it, the old chap provided that it be delivered to you on your birthday.
Just think of it. £5,000.
Not £5,000. £5,000 in 5 yearly payments.
I could buy 5 new dresses, a new car, a new housemaid so Annie can focus on her cooking. I could take the
Hester.
girls off to Paris, and maybe,
Hester.
just maybe, I could send
Hester.
Paul off to Aten.
Hester, £1,000 won't last a month at this rate.
You'll make them give me the full amount. There's no splitting it in bits and pieces?
Well, I don't know if that's possible.
Persuade them, Oscar. You have to make them give you the full amount.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I think it could be arranged.
Oh, that's glorious, Oscar. Oh, you should have told me this last night.
I expect Bassett to be getting his new drainage towers and the garage roof fixed.
Oh, who cares about drainage towers? Nobody sees them anyways. And as for the garage roof, a little rain won't hurt my new car. I mean, Jeffrey's new car. Jeffrey, oh, Jeffrey.
Does the house still whisper, Paul?
Can't you hear it? It's not just whispering anymore. It's shouting. There must be more money. There must be more money. There must be more money. There's got to be more money. Lots more money.
You did your best, boy.
I did it. I did it. I knew it wasn't enough. I've still got £1,000, and I'm sure to know for the Grand National, or the Lincolnshire, or else the Ascot. I'll know for one of them. But Uncle, you've got to help me. I won't know unless I'm right here.
I don't think you need help from me, my boy. But God help us. I'll do my best.
I'm sure to know for the Grand National, or the Lincolnshire, or else the Ascot. I'll know for one of them. And Mother, she'll have the money, as much as she needs.
But I have to see him.
Bassett, I have my orders, and besides, the mistress is right. Master Paul is a sick boy. You just get him excited.
He can't be very sick, or his mother and father would have gone off to a party.
Oh, wouldn't they now?
If I don't see him in a few moments, it'll be too late. And besides, you know how he's been this last month, and this is proper important to him.
Hello, Bassett.
Oh, thank God you're here, sir. I ought to see Master Paul, just for a moment.
He's ill, you know. Maybe we shouldn't bother him.
He is sleeping! The doctor said he should rest.
We won't disturb him.
He's sicker than any of you think. I see how little he eats, and it isn't enough. Not nearly enough.
I'm worried.
Oh, I'm worried about her too, sir.
About him.
Oh, yes, of course.
I don't know what's best.
The Ascot's running in a few moments. He made me promise I'd see him before the race. And besides, it's all arranged. I can place the bet by telephone till the last moment.
He's been losing. Maybe it's just as well he drops it all.
But he wasn't sure about Lincolnshire or the Grand National, sir. Neither of them. He said he wasn't sure. And besides, you were in on it. You know he had been heavy.
Yes, but £100 is a lot for a 13-year-old boy.
I lost £50 on my own in both of those races. But that's just my point, sir. We only bet heavy when we're sure.
I know, you both explained it. He's still got £800. 8 more times when he's not sure, and that's gone too.
I'm positive he'll know for this race, sir. He's been counting on it.
How much time do we have?
A few moments, sir. You could ask him yourself. But find out if he's sure how much he wants to bet.
It might help. I don't know. The boy's not well. How do you suppose he knows?
It's like it was from the heavens, sir.
He doesn't want the money for himself, you know.
I know that.
He's so thin, it's as if he didn't sleep. Of course, if he does know, and we don't listen, that might make him worse.
The one thing I've always known about this, sir, is that it was terribly important to Master Paul. Maybe it wasn't so important maybe he wouldn't know which horse was going to win.
I'll tell you what. I'll look in on him. If he's asleep, we'll let him sleep.
I'm glad you're here, sir. I don't say I wouldn't like to know which horse is going to win, because I would be. But not if it's going to hurt him. Master Paul and me, we're kind of partners, if you take my meaning.
I understand, Bassett.
He's more important than the money. I wouldn't want you to think otherwise.
If only everybody felt that way. Well, maybe they do.
Good afternoon, Uncle Oscar. Good afternoon, Bassett.
Oh, good afternoon, Miss Joan. Miss Catherine. I'll just wait in the kitchen, sir. Whatever you decide is fine. But if we do anything, it'll have to be soon.
When are Mother and Father coming home?
Not for some hours, I imagine.
They shouldn't have gone off with Paul sick.
Dr. Hurley's 3 doors away.
You're right. I'll see how he is.
Good idea.
Everything's funny in this house.
What do you mean, funny?
Since Mother inherited that money, the house has been, funny.
How?
It bothers Paul. I see him listen, and then he goes off and rides his rocking horse.
I thought your mother sent that away.
She just moved it to the 3rd floor. I can hear from my room when he's supposed to be asleep. He rides the horse, and he rides, and he rides, and he rides.
There's no harm in that.
He rides almost the whole night. I fall asleep hearing the kicking of that horse, and I wake up and hear the clock strike. At 3, sometimes at 4 in the morning.
That's awful, Kathy. You should have told me.
One doesn't tell one's mother. I warned him. I said I'd tell him, but he made me promise to wait till after Ascot. That's today, isn't it?
Yes, any moment.
That's not going all night.
But the doctor said it'd be dangerous if we didn't get plenty of rest.
It's Malabar. Malabar, Bassett. I'm certain that it's Malabar. This time, bet everything on Malabar. The Holy 100.
You've got to go to bed, Master Paul.
Oh, he's flooding up with fever. Annie, don't stop me. I'll tell you that it's Malabar. If I ride my horse long enough, I'll know the winner. And this time, it was Malabar. This time, please, please, please bet everything on Malabar.
Put him on the couch here. Kathy, go get the blanket. Annie, go get Dr. Holly.
Yes, sir. I won't lie down. I won't lie down until you promise me you'll bet on Malabar.
Do what he says, Bassett.
The Holy 100.
Yes.
Hurry, Bassett. Hurry.
Yes, sir.
Now, will you lie down, Paul?
Aren't you going to bet anything, Uncle Oscar?
Not this time, Paul.
But we've been partners. Bassett will bet something for himself.
That's quite all right. Just try to rest.
I brought a pillow.
Good. Put it behind his head.
Uncle Oscar, I hate the odds are good.
Malabar's a long shot. 100 to 1.
You should have paid Bassett to place the bet with you. I'm certain this time. I had to.
Is that how you do it, Paul? By riding your rocking horse?
Yes, Uncle Oscar. If I ride my horse long enough, I'll know the winner. And this time, it was Malabar. It had to be to stop the voices.
The 5,000 pounds didn't help.
It made it worse. The house, it seemed to go mad. It shouted at me instead of just whispering the way it used to.
Well, just try to rest until the doctor comes.
Why is Paul down here?
Thank God you're here, Hester. Where's Jeff?
He's parking the car. Why is Paul down here? And why is he dressed?
He's been riding his rocking horse all night and most of today.
But I moved it out of his room.
He didn't tell you that if he could ride his horse and get there, he's absolutely sure which horse will win. Absolutely sure.
Paul, are you all right? Talk to me.
I'm
I sent for the doctor. Would you like me to carry Paul up to his room?
It's easier to move him from here if the doctor thinks he should be in hospital. Paul, you'll see Mother. Very lucky. Malabar. I'm certain this time. Bassett bet it all on Malabar.
Is Paul worse?
Thank God you're here, Doctor. My son is worse. Much worse.
He's had a bad turn. We thought the doctor should see him.
Daddy, is Paul going to be all right?
He'll be fine here.
Is he going to be all right?
Does he need to
Do
be
you know what his
hospitalized?
name is? Please
He was
tell
fine.
us. What's happening? Do you know what's wrong? Does he need any medication?
He's much worse. You should have called me sooner before he got sick. I'll do whatever I can.
You can't come in, Bassett.
Is that Bassett? Is Bassett back?
Yes, Paul, don't get excited.
Don't excite him, tell him what he wants to know.
You were right, Master Paul. It was Malabar. Malabar all the way. You won over 80,000 pounds.
I told you I was lucky, didn't I, Mother? 80,000 pounds. That ought to make the voices stop. That ought to make everything stop.
Oh, God.
Oh, Paul.
May the Lord have mercy on his soul.
My God, Hester, you're 80,000 pounds to the good, and a poor devil of a son to the bad. But poor devil, he's the best, gone out of a life, where he rides his rocking horse to find a winner.